Well, hello, Abby agents. This is Frank Gray. Most of you know me. I'm recording this 6 week sprint, week one video at home because we had little video technical difficulties today when we're going live. So I'll race through this, and if you missed the meeting for any reason, hopefully you'll be able to get caught up very quickly. So the goal of this first 6 week sprint is to implement sphere of influence strategies that will produce an additional 25,000 GCI in your business this year. And I'll go a little deeper on that in just a couple minutes. First of all, I want you to be aware of what your commitment is going to entail as we go through this 6 week sprint. We call it a sprint because we're really going to bear down. We're going to work hard. We're going to press ahead, get a lot done in a short amount of time. First of all, you're going to add 50 individuals or families to your sphere of influence, to your database. And that means you're going to have name, address, phone number, email address. You're going to send them link requests on social media platforms. You're going to get all their contact information into an actual database. And then you're going to reach out to them consistently to demonstrate that you are a caring, competent real estate professional. Again, everybody that you know already knows 10 real estate agents. Why are they going to use you when they have a real estate need? Because you are the one who has stayed in front of them consistently, offering relevant market information, providing helpful information on consumer issues such as the homestead exemption or what's happening in the market or why you need flood insurance. You've demonstrated your capabilities and you've stayed in front of them so that you're top of mind when they have that need. So that's what you're going to do. You're committing to add 50 individuals or families over a 6 week period and then begin marketing to them consistently. If you're good with that, then that $25,000 is on its way. So today in our first session, let me cover some of our learning activities. First of all, I want to give you a quick overview of this program in case you've missed it or forgotten. This first 6 week sprint is the first segment in what we call the 100K Club. It's a year-long effort to add 100,000 GCI to each participating agent. So if you're a brand new agent, get you from 0 to 100. If you've been making 125, we'll get you to 225. But it's to add $100,000 to your GCI this year. And we're going to do that from several different sources. The first one is what we're doing in this first sprint, your sphere of influence. 25,000 additional dollars from an expanded 50 individuals or families in your sphere of influence. And here's where that comes from, the metrics behind that. In my experience, every person in your sphere, and by sphere, I'm not just talking about a name you got off a list or perhaps a online lead or something like that. I'm talking about people who know you, like you, trust you. So they may have come to you from an open house lead or from an online lead source, but because you've reached out to them consistently, you've built rapport with them, they can enter into this sphere. But I'm not just saying that an entry in your database qualifies for this metric. It might have been a database entry to begin with, but you've cultivated an actual relationship. Those people are worth an average of $1,000 a year per family into your GCI. Now, most of them won't produce any income for you in a given year because they're staying in the house, but some of them will produce 8,000 or 10 or 12, and on average, each individual or family is worth about $1,000 a year GCI. So 25 families would be sufficient to reach our goal of adding 25,000. Well, we're going to double down on this and get 50 over the next 6 weeks, generating 50,000 GCI or a guarantee of 25,000. So we're going to overproduce to hit our target, to guarantee we hit our target. We're also going to get another 25,000 from a new or expanded geographical farm or demographic farm. So a geo or demo farm. Geographic farm would be a neighborhood, a geographic area that you're reaching out to. A demographic farm is a farm that a group of people that you reach out to who share certain demographic characteristics. It could be individuals who are 55 plus, who live in two-story homes. They've been there at least 15 years. They've got at least 40% equity. And you have reason to believe, based upon those characteristics, that they might be eager to downsize to a single-story home, perhaps on a golf course. It could also be people who love Corvettes or raise parakeets or speak Portuguese. It's possible to pull lists of people that meet just about any demographic characteristic that you can think of. And if you have some affinity with those characteristics, you're one of them, or you share that passion, or you share their age or their needs, then you're likely to be effective at reaching out to them. So again, the median sale price in Texas, according to most recent statistics, and I'm recording this in January of 2018, is $275,000. At a 3% commission rate, that would generate just over $8,000 of an average commission. So you would need 3 sales from your geo or demo farm to reach that goal. In my experience, a 1% conversion rate in your first year of consistent marketing is very attainable. So we need 300 homes or families in this geo or demo farm at a 1% conversion rate to get us our 3 transaction. And by the way, in my experience, and I've been doing geo demo farming for a number of years, whatever you get your first year, you can double your second year and do better than that your third year. Last year, I got 17 transactions from one farm of just 220 homes. Imagine that. So big numbers are possible, but we're going to be very conservative this first year and go for 1%. And then finally, the third piece of this, $50,000 additional GCI from Facebook leads. Now, we were going to do a 6-week sprint just on Facebook leads, but we have an upcoming 11-week training session with Chad Prio of Hancock Mortgage, and so he's going to fulfill this piece of our 100K club. So there you go. Now, that's the overview of the whole program. 6-week sprint SOI, 6-week sprint on Geo Demo Farm, and then an 11-week sprint with Chad on Facebook leads. So let's do an overview very quickly of what's going to happen in each of our sprint meetings. First of all, we're going to report on the previous week's homework. We'll go around the table. Did you do it? Did you not? If not, why not? Do we need to make any adjustments so that you can fulfill your commitment? Because just showing up to class doesn't make the 100K show up. Just talking about these strategies don't cause the 100K to show up. You have to actually take action. So there's going to be a heavy dose of accountability, nothing heavy-handed, but we're going to hold up a mirror to each other every week and say, hey, did you keep the commitment that you made to yourself and to the group? There's going to be a tutorial on the new skills or technologies that we'll be using this week, because each week we'll be introducing some new activities, and it may be that you don't have the knowledge or skills to perform those activities, so we'll provide that training in our sprint. And then finally, we'll review the upcoming homework assignments so that you know very clearly what's expected of you in the week ahead. Now, in this session, I really just want to do one quick training on skill development, and that is importing contacts into LionDesk. You can use any CRM, customer relationship management program, that you want in this 6-week sprint, but most of us are using LionDesk, and that's what I'll be training around. The reason I mention LionDesk here is that we are in the process of setting this up for our sprint, and many of you are importing your current contacts into LionDesk. And even though I love the program, it is very feature rich. LionDesk it's a very low price, a big bang for the buck, but it's not necessarily user friendly. So I'm going to do one thing real quick. I'm going to open up my LionDesk account and show you how you do a mass import of contacts, because it's not intuitive. In fact, you could spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. You think naturally it's going to be over here under contacts. It's not. You have to go over here to your profile. There we go. Click on your profile. Strange place. And now you see this is where you import your new contacts. Okay, I probably just saved you an hour of frustration with that little tip. Let's share a couple other things about this. You want to create a column in your import file to identify the source. Again, if you're just importing, or not importing, but inputting one contact at a time, you can tag it, identify the source, do all types of custom manipulation so that you can pull that contact back and group it with other similar contacts. But if you're importing an entire list, say 300 people or 1,000 people from your current database, you don't want to go through one by one and have to customize tags and groups. So in the CSV file that you're importing, you want to create a column, label its source, and then identify where that came from. Was this an open house lead, a Zillow lead, past client or customer, sphere of influence, GeoFarm? And I would recommend only uploading contacts from one source at a time. LionDesk is a little finicky. If you try to do more than 500 contacts, it can really just lock up and not cooperate at all. Okay, again, I love the program, but I'm just being very honest about its limitations. So have that column, and then when you import it, LionDesk does have a very simple method of matching your CSV columns with the appropriate fields in their CRM. Another thing I just want you to be aware of, LionDesk has a max of 10,000 contacts. Now that may be more than some of you ever need in your lifetime, but if you're doing mass outreach and you want more than 10,000, then LionDesk is probably not going to work for you. That's my case. For example, in one of my databases, I have 30,000 contacts. I'm going to be using a different database for those. And just using LionDesk for a sphere database, buyers and sellers that I'm specifically targeting in this area, and I may have never more than 1,000 or 2,000. But if you're doing any mass outreach, you will definitely need another database for that. Okay, homework for this week. Let's go through that very quickly. You want to set up your CRM, whether it be LionDesk or something else, and import all your current contacts, everything that you've got in your phone, everything on that little address book in the kitchen drawer, everything that you might have in an old ACT file or somewhere else. Go ahead and import all current contacts and get them as complete as possible. And next week, I want you to tell us how many complete contacts were you able to get into your CRM from pre-existing sources. Then you want to set up a Facebook business page and a YouTube channel. YouTube is just, if you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube channel, you may not know it. Open it up, go ahead and build it out, complete that profile. You're going to want some channel art on both your Facebook business page and your YouTube channel. If you're not savvy to do all those things, or you just don't want to take time to get savvy at it, like me, I just go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and find a designer, pay them $5, $10. They'll have it back to you in a couple days. They'll even upload it to your channel if you give them your login information, and that's what I'd recommend. That way it's done for you. Number 3, obtain a tripod and a smartphone adapter. The tripod needs to be one that will sit up 4 or 5 feet, because some of the videos that we're going to be shooting, you're going to be outdoors. You need something bigger than a desktop. Hang on one second. It occurred to me that some of you may not know what a smartphone adapter is. So this is a tripod, and this is a smartphone adapter. You'll see it's on a spring. It goes up and down so that you fit it holds your smartphone tight, and then depending on what kind of tripod you get, you can shoot it either horizontally or vertically. So just go to Amazon, get you a fairly inexpensive tripod and a smartphone adapter. You'll have it by the time we need it next meeting. Okay, number 4, choose your sources to obtain at least 50 new contacts during the next 6 weeks. And what I mean by that is identify where you know groups of people that are going to enable you to extract new contacts. So it might be your church, your fitness club, your neighborhood. It could be a civic organization that you're part of, a meetup group. It could be parents of your children's friends, but just not necessarily identify the 50 new contacts, but identify where you're going to get them. And now number 5, and this is frankly the toughest part of your homework assignment, and it really determines whether or not you're going to be successful in this 6-week sprint and in the 100K club. You've got to get 10 complete contacts into your CRM. These are new contacts, not old ones that you're importing. These are 10 fresh contacts, because again, we're looking for new business, an extra 25K from this source. So think through, who's your doctor? Who is the dry cleaner? The next door neighbor that you've never actually put into your list, or maybe an old friend from school that you never thought about reaching out to in a real estate context. Just start going deep on where you know people and who you can add and get 10. If you'll do that, there's going to be tremendous momentum in your business if you'll start by getting these 10. And if you struggle with this and we go 7 days and you can't add 10 people, sphere of influence marketing is probably not for you. You should probably just spend a ton of money and buy Zillow leads or something like that. But start scouring your sphere. We're going to create more opportunities for finding these folks as we go through, but this should be your easy 10, the low-hanging fruit, and get them into your CRM. Bring your computer to class next time, because we're going to open them up. We're going to look at our CRMs, and I want you to identify to the group the 10 new ones that you added this week. Well, there we go. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Frank Gray. I'm the broker owner of Abbey Realty. I am committed to changing the lives of real estate agents by enabling them to build a career that will fund any life they can imagine. This 6-week sprint's part of it. Let me know anytime I can help you. I'm here to help.